My two questions are, why do you think there are certain regions in North America that are not adapting? And what do you think are some of the outcomes that we're witnessing because of this economic divergence, with a lack of opportunity in certain parts of the country and more opportunity in other parts of the country? This includes the US and Canada, and actually most of the Western world.
I think that the cost of living is really primary. I was very convinced, there are a few papers that have blown my mind in the world, and I was very convinced by this one particular paper by Peter Gannon that looked at migration within the US. And up until the 1970s, migration mostly moved to the more productive areas from the less productive areas. But then it basically stopped, and only highly educated people moved to the more productive areas because they're the only people who could command the kinds of salaries that were needed to get housing there. And less educated people tended to migrate then to the less productive areas because their salaries would go farther. They would get housing. And so I think that there is something really fundamental about the cost of housing and education that's driving this divide, and I think it's somewhat global.